and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time! It's time! It's Vader time!
You are watching a master at work.
Truth Nation, get ready for the greatest 60 minutes in radio, giving you his authentic and bold opinions, bringing you all the information, entertainment, and conversations you gotta hear. From local issues to trending topics and headline news, it is time for Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is your award-winning host, Kyle Wallace.
Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am your host of Truth to Power, Kyle Walls, and we're coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talk and Text line. Again, that is 833-212-1017. You can call in or text in to join in on today's conversation as you listen to the greatest 60 minutes in radio. You can also watch and stream us live on the YouTubes. Let me go to it myself. You go to it too, Brother Z. Get them streams up now. No. Hey. Oh, okay. Okay. You know me, I don't forget. You know me. Once you get on my bad side, you're on my bad side. Don't be like Brother Z. Be like Kyle Wallace and go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Give us a like. Give us a share. Give us a subscribe so you don't miss any of your favorite award-winning 1017 The Truth shows. Make sure you download the 1017 The Truth app as well. Shout out to Brother Z holding it down on the ones and the twos. And as always, shout out to you, Truth Nation. So today I have a brand new shirt on today. Did you notice? Anybody notice my shirt? Well, I mean, this is your first time seeing me, so I mean, obviously you didn't notice, but it's a Hugo Boss shirt. You heard of Hugo Boss?
But how am I supposed to know it's new?
No. But you know,
how am I supposed to know it's a brand new shirt?
You ain't because it's crisp. You ain't never seen me wear it before. And what's so funny about it? It's a Christmas gift from my mom, and you know, my mama love her boys. I'm a mama's boy. She love her boys, but one thing that she do every Christmas. When she buys me and my brother Christmas clothes, because every year she gets us clothes for Christmas, she get a little budget. She said, "What y'all want for Christmas?" I say, "Ma, I don't need nothing. I don't want nothing." Then I say, "Hey, I'm a buy these sweatpants. You can just pay me back." I never really get a check from her, but she always surprises me with something nice. But the only problem is that Me and my brother's a couple years apart. Me and my brother a couple years apart. And since kids, we were the kids that, you know, she bought one for me, one for him, right? It's either same thing with different color or same exact thing. And so this year for Christmas, that's happened many times before, we both opened up our boxes and we both got the same dang shirt. But it's a good shirt. So me and my brother got the same dang shirt for Christmas, but I love it. I ain't gonna lie, I love it. She spent a little money on this one. I was like, okay, mama. So I hope my brother didn't wear his today. He can't wear this type of stuff where he work at. He typically got to dress up. So, but anyways, Truth Nation, off the top today, I want to continue the conversation talking about Black History Month because I see it. Listen, that's why you should support me. We ain't in sync right now. We on different calendars. But Truth Nation, I want to continue the conversation talking about Black History Month today simply because of the fact that this is the last day of Black History Month that I'll be on air, and I think it is important for us to really focus on the greatness of our people and continue the conversation I had yesterday off the top.
Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Off the Top on Truth to Power. Kyle, let Truth Nation know what you got to get off your chest today.
Truth Nation, what I got to get off my chest today is, listen, yesterday I talked about how Black people love America, and I truly do believe that. I do believe we love America, and I do not think we as a community get enough credit for the sacrifices we have continuously made for a country that doesn't love us back. Let's just be honest. America does not love us back the way they should be. They have selective love for us, but they don't have unwavering love for us. That's just a fact. And I want to start today with a video that I saw, and many of us, you know, many of you have probably maybe seen it before. It's an older video. It's from the 70s, from Queens, New York. And what really hit me from the video is not how the Black kids were treated by the white kids, because that's par for the course, is how, you know, y'all understand, if we get treated a certain way. I mean, even when it comes to just recently at a high school basketball game where a Black student was shooting a free throw and the N-word was yelled from the crowd as he was shooting a free throw to try to distract him. So that, I mean, DJ Brother Z said maybe they had Tourette's. I don't know. According to you, probably did. Probably did have the Tourette's. What an excuse that is now. But for real, my focus on this video is not so much on the racist white kids. It's more on the response from the Black kids. I want y'all to go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube, or turn up your radio, or turn up the 1017 The Truth app so you can hear this video that I stumbled upon, that I wanted to play simply because it's not about the racism that was in the video. It is about the response from the Black kids to the racism. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube to watch the video, or simply turn up your radio or turn up the app so you can hear the video.
What do you think of Black people?
I don't like them.
Why?
I really don't. Because I just think that they're always looking out to make trouble.
Come on, let's get right up there.
Better turn around, let's go back. Go back. What?
We were riding down this block, and these white people start saying, "Get out of here, niggas! You know, get out of my neighborhood! Don't come to this neighborhood." Then they start hitting on her, throwing rocks and everything else. Throwing rocks. Because we were in their neighborhood.
We went on a bike hike to McDonald's. We didn't mean to bother anybody.
We had a nice
We saw a parade, we saw a gathering, so we went down there to see what was happening. I never even know people around here were like that. I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
Now, sure what she had. It hit me with that rock. I would pick up the rock right next to me and hit him right dead in his face. They always say niggas are doing everything. They always say we're doing everything, right? We didn't, every time the white people come down the block, we don't push them out their neighborhood and throw rocks and start hitting them. We don't bother the white people around our neighborhood, but when we get in a white neighborhood, they just push us out.
Yeah. Everybody with us, they said we're nothing, you know, we're a piece of dirt, dogs. I mean, that's the way you treat an animal. I mean, God, we're human beings. Yeah. You don't treat other people like that. It's just wrong. black, white, I don't care. A person is a person. Skin should have no bearing on how you treat a person. That's just wrong. I hate their goddamn guts. You don't hate them.
Speak.
I can't say that I hate them. I can't say that it's totally the kids' fault. I mean, I'm sure their parents had some bearing on the way they feel.
And for me, when I hear that, right, the video is unfortunate and it is disturbing, especially knowing that it was filmed in the 1970s, a time when many of you listening grew up, in a time where my parents grew up. And so the video is just gross. But one thing that I noticed, it was the response from the black children. It was the mature response from the black children. And one girl said, we don't treat them like that when they come into our neighborhood. And that resonated with me. The girl also said, you just don't treat people like dogs. We're all human beings. I don't care if you're black or you're white. This is from the 1970s. And the reason why this all resonated with me, Truth Nation, is the fact that it connected me with here in Milwaukee, where we're talking about 50 years later, the neighborhood and separation and where you belong and where you can go and segregation. It still rings true today of what we see. And over the last 30 to 40 years, we have seen Milwaukee neighborhoods get gentrified. You've seen River Rest neighborhood is a great example of that, of a place that saw white flight and disinvestment in the 60s and the 70s. And then we saw a major shift towards the end of the 90s, especially going into the early 2000s, where you saw people move back downtown because they saw the properties in downtown Milwaukee and they saw the east side as being prime location. Now we're also seeing properties close to downtown Milwaukee where black Milwaukee used to live, and now all of a sudden people are being forced out or pushed out based off taxes or being priced out. Hallier Park neighborhood where many families are being priced out. I'm telling you, our tax bills are through the roof right now. But despite all of this, right, despite what we saw in the video, despite all the gentrification, despite all the segregation, despite all the racism, black people aren't harassing white people when they come into our neighborhoods, when they move into our neighborhoods, when they try to take over our neighborhoods. At least in my personal experience, I haven't seen it. I used to work at Oliver Wendell Holmes Elementary School, and I used to walk from Oliver Wendell Holmes Elementary School on Rivet and Buffum to Riverside High School that's right off of Locust. And it was so interesting to see how the neighborhood changed. It went from black to mixed, to a little white, still a little bit mixed. And the culture of the neighborhood changed, and the people changed, and the people came back into this neighborhood and they act like they ran the place and they controlled the place. And they judged the kids in the neighborhood that these kids grew up in, that their parents moved to or grew up in as well. And I just think about how we accept them into our neighborhoods and into our spaces. But when we move into their spaces, they become nervous. They watch us closely. We have to fit a certain description to be accepted. Look at what happened in Brown Deer. Brown Deer used to be a white neighborhood, but many of the white residents moved out when black families moved in. So when black families decided that they wanted to move out of Milwaukee to get a great educational opportunity for their kids or give their kids a different opportunity to live in a different space, white folks said, we ain't dealing with this, we moving out. Look at the northwest side of Milwaukee, which still is very diverse today, but whites started moving as blacks came. When you look at what these schools used to be made up of on the northwest side of Milwaukee when it comes to student population and what it is now, it's completely different. Completely different. That is the history of Milwaukee, but also the history of the Midwest. And see, when I think of we, the black community, I think of history. I think of the story which should be told. American history tells us a story of people constantly supporting America, but only to have Lady Liberty constantly, continuously slap us back in the face and never love us. And when I say history, we got to think back to really the founding of this country. Not the founding, I should say when this country became the United States of America or the Continental Army. Do y'all realize black people made up 5 to 10% of the United States Army during the Revolutionary War? We had between 5,000 to 8,000 soldiers, black soldiers, who were fighting for the country's independence in the 1700s. They even had a majority black regiment, the Rhode Island's 1st Regiment, that was majority black. All this fighting, all this sacrifice that black people made to free, I would say, the white man from tyranny from England, all for us to still be enslaved 80 years after that. And then we have the Civil War, where almost 200,000 black soldiers fought in the Union Army during the Civil War to keep our country from falling apart, to keep the South from succeeding from this great country that we all believe is great, has its flaws. But literally, black people sacrificed their lives to keep the United States united. If 200,000 black soldiers don't get into the fight, in the battle, we could be the northern United States or the southern United States, or whatever the hell they would have called themselves back then, the Confederate States. So what I'm saying is that despite all the sacrifices we made, the country still for years doesn't love us back. History has continued to repeat itself after many world wars, World War I, World War II. I've told the story about my grandfather who sacrificed his life and sacrificed potentially having a legacy that came through me based off going to war. He fought to protect this country, he fought to protect this world and keep the world free, and they still tried to play him and did play him and denied him the GI Bill, which would have made my life better, which would have changed my family's life forever. So we make all these sacrifices for this country, we do all this for this country, only for every time we look left, right, up, down, everywhere we look, we're being discriminated against, or we're having to deal with some type of barrier to overcome. Do understand that GI Bill is so significant in American history. That GI Bill would have changed black lives forever. Imagine us having access to tuition, living stipends, education, training, low interest home loans, no money down home loans, unemployment compensation, and job placement services. There were 1.2 million black veterans who served their country and were denied economic freedom after World War II. Imagine if 1.2 black Americans had economic freedom back in the 1940s going into the 50s. Where will we be today? But despite all this, we still rose, we still rised, we still changed this country, and we changed this world for the better. African Americans, we should be proud of who we are because our influence is unmatched by any other group of people in this world, period. You can't tell me no different. Giannis Antetokounmpo is his parents were Nigerian, and he was born in Greece, and his brother is a rapper. His brother is a rapper because of African American culture. You can go to different countries across this globe, and you will see the influence of African American culture. We became leaders, we became generals, we became inventors, we became investors, we became record breakers, we became scientists, we became athletes, we became artists. We became incredible musicians. We even became the dang president. We as a people, we as black Americans are truly second to none. And when we truly realize our full potential, we will be an unstoppable force as a community. There are other places across this country that black communities are unstoppable forces. And now we just need to replicate that here in the city of Milwaukee. We need to come together in the city of Milwaukee. We need to support one another in the city of Milwaukee. We need to find a way to grow as the city of Milwaukee. I truly do believe the collective, if we came together as a whole, as a collective, and we utilized our voice, we utilized our voting power, we utilized our intelligence, we utilized our influence, we utilized our money, we utilized our power to focus on us, we could be better off. Again, none of this will happen overnight. But when you apply pressure to a school district and let them know this is not good enough, and if we don't like MPS, we can say we will start our own. And we will have this person, that person, whoever we need to fund these schools to ensure that our black kids are getting the education that they need to go on to succeed. If we don't feel like our black kids have enough programs to be able to propel them for their future, then we can look somewhere else for it. But until we come together as a collective unit and decide that enough is enough, we will forever be stuck in this cycle. We will forever have this crime. We will forever have these issues. We will forever have these low test scores. Until we say enough is enough. But I just feel like I wanted to tell us today, as we get ready to end Black History Month, speaking to Black Milwaukee, is that we can be an unstoppable force if we came together as a collective. Until we understand our potential, we won't live up to it. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. You can watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That's 1017 The Truth on YouTube. You can also call in, text in at 833-212-1017 if you have any thoughts or conversations on this topic here today. But we're going to continue on. If you do want to chime in, you can. But we are going to talk about towing cars in Milwaukee because I saw a post from the mayor of Milwaukee that got some of y'all panties in a bunch. We'll continue the conversation on the other side. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace. Keep it locked. We'll have more coming up soon.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Thank you, Milwaukee. Because of you, the second annual Truth Community Awards was an unforgettable celebration of the leaders, changemakers, and heroes who make our city shine. A special thank you to our incredible partners, Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. And thank you to our presenting sponsor, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Together, we're celebrating community, culture, and impact. We'll see you next year at the Truth Community Awards.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Ready to move? Find your next home with Odom Investments and Property Management. Beautiful rentals, great locations, and professional service. All the way Odom Way. Call 855-ODOM-WAY. That's 855-ODOM-WAY. Or 855-636-6929. Your home is waiting.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence in the most monumental moments in our history. All month long, we have been honoring the voices, the stories, the achievements that have shaped our past, empowered our present, and continue to inspire our future. The celebration of Black History Month on The Truth was proudly sponsored by, and is proudly sponsored by, Educators Credit Union and Tayback Law. 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talking text line. You can call in. You can text in at 833-212-1017 to join in on the conversation. Also, watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That is 1017 The Truth on YouTube. And the previous segment, I just talked about how it is Black History Month, and despite all of the barriers and the pushback that we have gotten for so many years, as I played a video from the 1970s of these white kids calling black kids the N-word, and even within all that, the black kids didn't fight back. They didn't try to beat them up. They spoke their feelings in such a beautiful way of asking, why would they treat somebody like that? Why would they want to treat somebody like an animal? regardless of the color of your skin, we are all human beings. I think those individuals, those young kids were mature beyond their age, and I think it speaks to who we are as a community and who we have always been as a community. Now, some think we shouldn't turn the other cheek. I leave that up to you. But I do think that we need to come together as a collective in order to better empower ourselves. Again, you can watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. And Truth Nation, now, I said before the break, I teased. I said the Mayor Cavalier Johnson here in Milwaukee got y'all panties in a bunch. Now, I understand not everybody listening wears some panties. I get it. Some of y'all wear draws. But I got to say this. It has to be so hard to be a politician in this city. You have to deal with a lot of people who have a different vision for what they want this city to be. You have to deal with people who want something so different from you. You always are making someone unhappy. Somebody's going to be disappointed with your decision. And I'm learning that most people do not know what they want. They don't. And y'all know the city of Milwaukee, we are broke. We're broke. We all know we broke. Brother Z is Milwaukee. Do we got money or are you here? We broke.
We broke.
We broke. So if you know we broke, why do we get mad over us trying to collect money? Now, I ain't never for real been broke before. Like, I'll be honest. I ain't never been broke before. You know what I'm saying? Like, there have been times. There has been times, where, my parents was not doing what they're supposed to be doing all the dang time. But they was good parents, great parents. But I ain't never felt broke before. Oh, I never had to want for nothing. But I've also loaned people some money before. I had people owe me some money. And if you owe me money, I want you to pay me back. It's that simple. If I loan you money, you should be paying me back. If you owe me money, you should be paying me. If you went to a store to buy something, you put it on layaway, or you said you got to make payments, you got to make them payments or there's going to be some type of punitive consequences. And the city of Milwaukee is the exact same way that I am and that I would hope most of y'all are. The city of Milwaukee decided they were going to start collecting on their old debts from people here in Milwaukee. Ain't nothing worse, and y'all know this, ain't nothing worse than seeing somebody who owe you money on social media throwing that bag, getting bottle service, buying a round of drinks, talking about their new J's, seeing them in their new clothes. Oh, listen, I'm a pocket watcher, all right? If you owe me money, I'm watching your pockets. Now, if you don't owe me nothing, do what you do. But ain't nothing worse than watching somebody who owe you money spend money like they ain't got, like they don't owe it to you. That makes me so mad. It's borderline disrespectful. So that's why I say all of this, because Truth Nation, a lot of y'all in Milwaukee owe my city money. And my city finally said enough is enough. They putting their foot down. They not having it. They said we about to collect that money. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube for an update on the city's new towing process from WISN, and an update. The process started in January, and here's an update from the first 2 weeks of January. Go to 1017 The Truth so you can hear the news story from WISN 12 here in Milwaukee.
New tonight, the city of Milwaukee says it's already collected hundreds of thousands of dollars in unpaid parking tickets, all thanks to its new towing policy. Rhea Smigner now live in the newsroom with us tonight with a look at how much money the city's already bringing in. Rhea?
Yeah, so since the policy took effect November 1st, the city says it has collected more than $118,000 and towed 304 cars. The ordinance targets habitual offenders, defined as drivers with 5 or more parking tickets that are at least 60 days past due. And under the rule, your car can be towed even if it's parked legally. City officials sent about 30,000 warning letters, and they say nearly 1,000 people have paid more than 3,000 tickets so far. The extra revenue goes back to the city.
There's always going to have people that are going to, maybe have 5 or more. But what we're really looking for is we want compliance. We don't want people going around just thinking they can park wherever they want. I'm not going to pay my ticket regardless.
And Ray, it's a fairly simple process for people to get their vehicles back after being towed.
It is. There's 2 options. So pay citations up front, pay the tow fee, leave with your car. The second one is fill out a form from municipal court. You pay the tow fee, you leave with your car, and then you go to court to pay those citations. And if you miss the court date or don't pay, you will be towed again.
You will be towed again. Shout out to WISN 12. Listen, I am all for this. Either you pay your tickets or you get towed. It's that easy. It really is that easy. Like, I don't understand what all the hubbub is about, what people are mad about. If you don't want to get a ticket, simply just pay your bills. And yesterday, I stumbled across a post from Mayor Cavalier Johnson about the success of the program. This is what Mayor Cavalier Johnson had to say on Facebook. Oh, y'all was mad. He shared an article from Urban Milwaukee that said city tows hundreds with unpaid parking citations. He put the headline, he had Mayor Cavalier Johnson on there, and he said this: accountability works. Our new habitual violator policy, which they call HPV, gross, is already bringing results. Hundreds of people are now paying long overdue parking citations, are working out payment plans. This isn't about being heavy-handed, it is about fairness. When some ignore the rules, while others follow them, it hurts everyone. Milwaukee deserves better, and we're making progress. Listen, y'all know I don't always agree with the mayor, but the mayor is spot on when it comes to this one. I'm very critical of him, but you also need to praise him when he's right, and the man is right in this case. How y'all mad about him bragging about one of his very few policies that are working and is getting the end result that he wants and that I think is positive for our city? 28,000 people in the city of Milwaukee have 5 or more outstanding parking tickets. Let me just say that for y'all again, okay? Because I don't think y'all understand how massive 28,000 people is. That is dang near a whole entire aldermanic district here in the city of Milwaukee. 28,000 people have 5 or more parking tickets in the city of Milwaukee. Not just one, but 5 or more parking tickets. The city is losing out on millions of dollars because of these unpaid parking tickets. $9.3 million to be exact. But some people are just egregious with their violations. Do y'all realize there's a person that has 130 unpaid parking tickets? 130 unpaid parking tickets. Somebody has 175 unpaid parking tickets, and another person has 196 unpaid parking tickets. They got literally, some of these folks have almost as many, half of their parking tickets done came in half of the days in the year. That's ridiculous. They're habitual parking violators, HPV. Heck, in the Panther Arena, we talking about 28,000 people. That's more than what the Panther Arena could hold. That's more what the Pfizer Forum could hold. That's more than all the music venues could hold. So just think about that. To put that in your mind, at 28,000 people, you can sell out the Panther Arena and sell out Pfizer Forum dang near of all the folks that owe 5 or more parking citations.
Yeah, Pfizer's 18,000 for concerts.
Listen, I ain't a mathematician, but I know 13 plus 18 was about 31. So, you have some standing room only. So that's what we have to understand. So some will say this is punishing people, but I say this is necessary. But what do you say? 833-212-1017. Do you think the city's new towing policy is putting the burden on the backs of the community that have to fill the budget deficit that we have here in Milwaukee? 833-212-1017. What about people who are truly struggling financially? And you take away from them their mode of transportation in order to get these tickets paid. Do y'all feel bad for them? Again, you can call in, text in at 833-212-1017. Because a lot of y'all mad that the city put in so much of an effort to make up for all to try to get these people to pay their tickets. But meanwhile, y'all mad that they don't have this effort on the north side of Milwaukee, which I hear you, I feel you. But I want to hear from y'all, what is your response to the fact that the city and the mayor is bragging about towing people's vehicles here in the city of Milwaukee for unpaid parking tickets? 833-212-1017. Is it too punitive, or is the mayor getting it right? Is this the leadership that we have been clamoring for here in the city of Milwaukee? Again, 833-212-1017. You can call in, text in, and join in on the conversation. But in addition to that, you can watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That is 1017 The Truth on YouTube. We'll take your calls. We'll take your texts. We'll check y'all on YouTube. Coming up on the other side, it is Truth to Power with Kyle Walls. I know y'all on fire coming up next.
More of Truth to Power is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What's up, everybody? March 27th, go get your tickets. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be me, Finance After the Kumpo, my co-host, Tony C, and Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair. It's going to be nice. It's going to be dope. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be an experience, and we're going to have a lot of fun. It's basically a party/podcast.
Yeah, we're throwing a party at the Riverside, March 27th, TALiveshow.com. Who's the guest again? Can I get a woo? Woo! With Ric Flair. Can't wait.
See you guys.
Day one, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry. This is a type of blood cancer.
But day one is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
This Truth Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Milwaukee Bucks are back at it again tonight versus the New York Knicks. After beating the Cavs on Wednesday, the Bucks have won 8 out of their last 10 games. Doc Rivers on the momentum shift.
It makes you feel like you can win. When you lose a bunch of games in a row and the game's just tight, you start thinking about losing. We felt like we're going to win this game somehow. Like you can feel that. 8 out of 10 is phenomenal with this group. With no Giannis, take that all day.
Bucks tip-off is at 7 at the Pfizer. The Brewers are still in Phoenix for spring training, coming off another win against the Rangers, 5-1. Their next matchup is against the Chicago White Sox. In college hoops, the Badger men's team struggled against the Oregon Ducks on Wednesday, losing 85-71. They take on Washington on Saturday at 3 p.m. Marquette plays DePaul on Sunday at 3, and UWM in their last regular season game of the year. The Panthers ended up defeating Youngstown State 78-65. I'm Nazir Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update powered by ESPN Milwaukee.
You are listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app. Catch Truth to Power every weekday from noon to 1 p.m.
One call, that's all with Gruber Law Offices. If you or a loved one is ever injured in an accident, don't you hesitate. You know who to call. You call Gruber Law Offices. I remember when I got sideswiped when I was driving my car. You know what I did? I made one call, that's all, to Gruber Law Offices, and they took care of me. They allowed for me to go to physical therapy. They took care of my car. They made sure everything was good. I didn't have to worry. They took away all the stress and focused on the legal aspect while I focused on healing. And what I love about Gruber Law Offices, when you make one call, that's all, they completely handle the rest. You don't have to pay for them to call. You don't have to pay for them to consult with you. You never pay a single penny until they win your case. So get with the winning law firm today by visiting Gruber-Law.com. That is Gruber-Law.com, or making one call, that's all, to 414-276-6666. That's 414-276-6666. Remember, it's one call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices. It is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. You can call in, text in at 833-212-1017. In addition to that, you can watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That is 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a share, and give us a subscribe, and join in on today's conversation, which is talking about towing vehicles here in the city of Milwaukee. Mayor Cavalier Johnson bragged on social media yesterday about a policy that he and the Common Council implemented on folks who are not paying the parking tickets. If you have 5 or more unpaid parking tickets, you are leaving yourself to potentially get towed, as your vehicle get towed, even if you're not doing anything wrong. You could be parked legally, you can pay the meter, but if you owe 5 or more tickets, they can tow your vehicle. Do you think this is too much? Do you think it's too punitive? Or do you think it's just right? There are 28,000 people with 5 or more parking tickets in the city of Milwaukee, and the mayor is saying they are successfully starting to bring in money and successfully starting to get people to act right. What do you say? 833-212-1017. Billy in Milwaukee, do you think the Mayor Cavalier Johnson got this policy right, and do you think it's beneficial for the community, or is it causing more harm to the community? You are on Truth to Power.
Well, it caused me a little harm last week Sunday. I'm watching TV, and I hear some noise, and I see a tow truck getting ready to tow my grandson's car.
Uh-oh.
So I ran outside, and, you know, he really didn't say nothing to me because he didn't know if I was going to be a violent person. But I ran in the house and told my grandson they were towing his car.
What your grandson
he was
said?
trying to figure out why.
Did he have 5 or more tickets?
He didn't have not one ticket.
Oh.
You know what? Right. He did not have one ticket. And what happened, they had a parking checker coming down our street. And, hey, look, he was wrong. His plates were not registered.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and he didn't know that. Yeah.
So,
and Kyle,
yes,
he didn't know that. My son gave him that car in September of last year.
Yeah.
And he should have gave Lil Phil the title and say, hey, go get this car in your name. That way you register the car. And then that way you know everything is okay.
Now, Miss Billy, I do have a question. So are you saying that if your car is not registered, they are also towing non-registered cars? So you don't need to have tickets.
That's right.
Okay.
He was parked right in front of the house. So if your car is not registered, I advise people to go now to register their car or put it in the garage.
Okay.
Because if it's out in the front, they're going to have a parking checker come, and they're going to contact the towing company, and they're going to tow your car away.
That is
what I had to. He had to pay $471
for what? Wait, whoa!
He paid the $150.
They still towed it.
They still towed it. He didn't have no tickets. It's unregistered plate. So when I took him down to the toll lot on 38th and Lincoln, he had to pay $471, $155 for the registration of his plates, $100 for something, and the rest in towing fees.
That's punitive.
So you see, they getting us in our pockets any way you go, Kyle.
No, yeah.
And I don't like that.
Now, I'm going to say this. Can Milwaukee tow your car for not having plates registered? Yes, Milwaukee police can tow your car if it is unregistered. You have engaged in reckless driving. So I don't know why I'm not.
Yeah, he don't drive reckless.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to look in. I'm going to look into that a little bit more, Miss Billy. So I appreciate you calling in, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. Now that I'm against. I'm against you register. I'm against them towing cars that are unregistered simply because that's just a ticket. That should be a ticket. That should be a warning. Now, if you drive in an unregistered car, that's another ticket. And then once these tickets pile up, eventually you'll have enough tickets where they actually tow. So if that is true, in Truth Nation, y'all can chime in at 833-212-1017 if you know the facts about that. But you heard Miss Billy tell the story about what happened to her grandson, which again, that's $400 for not having your car registered is egregious, because it only costs $155, $160-something to get the car registered. So that's completely egregious. And now that's a money grab. But 833-212-1017. Eric, what are your thoughts on today's conversation?
So the way I look at it is this. Well, I drive a tow truck, not in the city of Milwaukee. I have driven in Milwaukee, but the way I look at it is, how many opportunities do you give a person before you have to hit them somehow that's going to make them react? Because the only way to change your behavior is to give them a consequence that they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay that price. So I think he's on the right side of it by setting a number. You get this many. We're going to tow your vehicle. At the same time, it is kind of a double-edged sword because, like the lady who was just talking said, them towing charges, they're not cheap by any means. Plus, the majority of people that have a vehicle have it so that they can get to and from work. But I think if a person took it upon themselves to go talk to the city, I think they would work with them. If they came in there with a $20 bill and said, hey, I'm trying, I don't know that part of it. But I know that for myself in other communities, it's worked.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Eric. And to your point, Eric, thanks for calling in, especially somebody who's a tow truck driver. To your point, the city will work with you. They want 10% down. If you get caught up now, if they sent you that letter, they told you in that letter that you owe us money. I owe you, as in you owe them, I should say. And they sent you a letter saying we need 10% down. So y'all need to start responding to these letters, or they are going to tow your vehicle. So thank you so much for chiming in. 833-212-1017 as we're talking about the new towing policy here in Milwaukee. And again, it started in January, and 28,000 people in the city of Milwaukee had 5 or more parking tickets. Some folks had over 100 unpaid parking tickets. And the mayor of Milwaukee, you go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube to see the post that he put on social media yesterday, bragging about the fact that the city is towing vehicles and they're getting money back. I'm actually standing with the mayor on this one, but some folks said it's extremely too punitive. What do you say? 833-212-1017. Joseph, what are your thoughts on this conversation?
Hey, Joseph, this is Joseph over here at the VA.
Joseph at the VA.
I think the 5-ticket limit is too high. It should be 3. What does it take for you to pay your tickets as they're issued to you? If you can't pay, you probably shouldn't be driving. Or learn the rules that will make it possible where you don't get tickets.
Thank you, Joe.
The city needs money.
Joe, exactly. I'm right there with you, Joe. I think, Joe, thank you so much. The city needs money. And if you owe the city money, they got to get it from somewhere. They should get it from the people who owe. I'm right there with you, Joe. I really am. And I'll talk about it when I wrap up the show. But at the end of the day, I don't want people to have to suffer. But I also think if you break the law, you got to pay the consequences. 833-212-1017. Alicia, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Kyle, I agree with you. I think that people shouldn't get the tickets in the first place. And when they get them, they should pay for them.
That's simple. That's simple. Do you think?
Yep. And there are some programs for low-income folks, like, driver's license recovery, where if, people really don't have the means, there are opportunities where they can get some of those amounts forgiven or reduced.
There it is. That's what I'm saying, Alicia. I appreciate your thoughts and your comments on today's conversation. I think I do think it's that simple, and I think that's the level of accountability that we need. Alicia spoke some truth there. But 833-212-1017. That's the Truth Talking text line. You can call in or you can text in to share your thoughts on today's conversation. In addition to that, you can also watch us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube and see my brand new shirt that I got for Christmas at 1017 The Truth on YouTube. But Al in Milwaukee, what are your feelings on this conversation?
I don't care. And we got to stop acting like black people are mentally retarded, like they don't know what the hell is going on. Y'all got money for everything else? And why would you get a car and not get it registered? And you're going to drive it anyway. I would have just got the car and said, Grandma, can I get the car registered? Okay, here.
Well,
get the car registered.
Wait a minute, Al. You leave Miss Billy alone and her grandson alone. The grandson and the little Phil didn't know. That big Phil didn't to take care of the paperwork. Don't come at her like that.
I didn't say that. All I'm saying is we got to stop acting like we as black people are so stupid and undereducated and dumb, because we're not. We're not. Shouldn't nobody have to lead you by your hand or something you already know? When it's something that you want that's not important, you know how to get it within 10, 15 minutes. We got to stop this because we acting like we mentally retarded. We're not.
Al. We not mentally disabled. Yeah, but why do people love saying that word? We love saying that word. Don't y'all know that word is done, it's canceled. Unless you got Tourette's, then you can say whatever you want. But 833-212-1017. G, what are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Well, let me be real quick. How many people we have alternate parking in Milwaukee? How many people ignore that? I work construction. No parking signs. How many people ignore that when you're trying to repair the street? As raggedy as our streets are, when you try to repair it, no parking signs, the people want to park on top of where you got to work, close to the job. You can't do your job. Milwaukee has been lax for too many years with the driving and following rules in the city. We're not dumb and stupid. It's just laziness, and a lot of people just don't care. And we just need to stop making excuses. I don't like buying a yearly permit every year. You know that's like $55 for that. But you got to be responsible. You know, we have to be responsible in our community.
You know what? I agree. Cavalier Johnson, I'm gonna talk to you on the other side. We got one more call, but Cavalier Johnson, you winning today. You winning today. But 833-212-1017. Big Coco? I'm in love with the Coco? Is that?
Hey, what's up, the truth?
What's happening?
Yeah, that's me.
What's happening?
How you doing?
I'm doing
with everybody.
Right.
I'm with everybody else at the same thing. We got to follow the rules. You know, red means stop, green means go, yellow slow down. And we have to follow the rules. And the reason a lot of the times they're jacking up these prices due to the fact of people not paying. I had a friend had tickets by the tickets. They just kept piling them up. Car got towed. He couldn't even pay for it to get out. Lost the car and all. We just got to follow the rules.
Yep.
I'm out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. 833-212-1017. I appreciate the thoughts and the comments that y'all have. I see y'all on YouTube as well with the comments. And, you know, I like to hear that everybody is in agreement. That's what I like to hear. Like, this seems to me, and I saw on social media, a lot of people were upset with the mayor and disappointed with the mayor and bashing him and, you know, saying, well, fix the roads and all this and that. And do understand, yes, the city is broke. That's why they have to do this. How else they going to get money? They broke. But the thing is, when you owe a broke person money, you need to be paying them back. That's the only way they're going to survive. But 833-212-1017. Again, that's the Truth Talking text line. Make sure y'all watching streamers live on YouTube. When we come back on the other side, we'll wrap up this conversation. I'll share your text from YouTube. I'll share your text from the Truth from Talking text line. But it's Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace. We will wrap up the Truth to Power for the week.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
A penny saved earns you a whole new look. Nicovani's penny sale is on now. Buy one item at the regular price and get a second item for just 1 penny. Suits, shirts, and more for mere pocket change. In honor of Black History Month, Nicovani's is offering this incredible deal throughout February. So don't miss your chance to step out sharp for 1 measly penny. Visit Nicovani's on the 2nd floor of Mayfair Mall before February ends. Nicovani's penny sale. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
It's time to plan for kindergarten. Will your child turn 3, 4, or 5 by September 1st? Learn about kindergarten programs and enroll now. Explore schools across the city that offer traditional kindergarten, Montessori, and more. MPS students enjoy art, music, physical education, along with reading, writing, math, and science. Find out about bus transportation and before and after school care. Enroll for fall 2026 by March 2nd. Get the details at mpsmke.com/enroll. Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
I'm broke, yeah. I talk a lot of.
Hey, this is the city.
Who you think you is?
Brokies. It is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Make sure you watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. But also on the Truth Talking text line at 833-212-1017. Sonny B said, all y'all can't be that blind to not see that all city towing don't have a contract with the city. On top of that, the tow lot parking checkers and the officials that wrote the new tow law are all under the same umbrella. Bundle that all together and you come up with your own guesses as to what is really going on. And by the way, they could take some of that dang near $20,000 in taxes they take a year for me and pay some of them tickets. Oh, wow. Sonny B, that's a lot in tax money, but I guess we do pay a lot in taxes. Also, D'Angel's Advocate says, yo, K-Dub, peep game. Set up an appointment with the parking citation review manager by calling 414-344-0840. Ask for the furthest date away possible. If your vehicle is towed before that review date, bring proof of your appointment to the tow lot, and they must release your vehicle for free by law. Bars. Shout out to D'Angel's, the Advocate, dropping bars for y'all. That was a tidbit. That was a tidbit. But Truth Nation, I'm gonna be honest, okay? I think the mayor got this policy right. Now, I don't want to be insensitive because that's what I'm not trying to be. And I understand that life is hard, that it is stressful, the economy is squeezing people, costs are up across the board, and the political climate is mentally exhausting right now. So there's a lot of stressors in this life. And the last thing we want anything or anybody to have in this life is another bill or another financial setback. But Truth Nation, leadership requires accountability. And at some point, people have to take responsibility for not allowing for the mayor to do what he needs to do, and for not following the rules, and for the money they owe. And if the mayor of Milwaukee stopped and weighed every single sob story that he got, he wouldn't be leading. He'd be reacting. And our city would be even worse financial shape than it already is. So we can't complain about crime. We can't complain about these rising fees. We can't complain about an unbalanced budget and then turn around and criticize the mayor for using the enforcement tools available to him to stabilize the city's finances. We can't. You can't demand order and then reject enforcement. That's just not the way a city runs. So again, some of y'all want to focus on the punitive damage on the tickets, and I want to focus on how can Kyle Wallace not have to pay these fees. When I get a ticket, I pay the ticket. Or I go to court and I have a court date for my ticket, which I did win recently. And I get it. We don't want to have a financial strain on people because it's not ideal. But I believe it's best for our city to make sure that they're getting as much money as possible that is owed to them. $9.3 million in outstanding tickets. And we have a huge budget deficit. Choose wisely. This has been Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. The Tory Lowe Show is up next from 1 to 4. Peace out, Truth Nation. I love y'all. Enjoy the weather out there. They said it's warm, but have a beautiful and safe weekend. I will talk to y'all next week.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out.